How's it going, everybody? Spencer here with another weekly video. Today, a little bit different, as you can tell by my big head covering most of the screen in my game room collection. Today we are talking all about physical media, and this time it's not PlayStation Vita related. I know, it's a very big shocker. Today we're talking about Persona 5, the manga. Now, I've talked about the first two volumes of this before on this channel last year, but in that time, I have still been keeping up with it, talking about it on the podcast, but we are now all the way up to volume 6, and I cannot recommend this enough. I'm going to sound like a huge corporate shill for this, but God knows nobody's paying me to talk about anything on this channel. And this manga is so good. Like, the more it keeps continuing on, the more excited I get for it. Right now, in the English version, we have just finished Makoto's Palace, and we're about to meet Futaba. And what's really, really exciting about it, if you haven't been following it, is that this isn't just an adaptation of Persona verbatim. It is taking liberties. It's cutting fat where it doesn't really need to be there. It knows it's not a game. You're going into the dungeon as the Phantom Thieves. You're not going into the dungeons as, like, 4 people. And what's really, really great is as we're winding up more and more into the story, we're now seeing not only elements change, like maybe how certain characters act, how certain situations play out, but we're even seeing elements from Persona 5 Royal now brought into the manga, which is really surprising because this manga originally started all the way back in Japan in 2016. So even though it's been almost 5 years and it's still nowhere near being done even in Japan, it's really exciting to see how it's kind of morphed and evolved. Because you know, at inception, there's no way that the author of this knew about anything for Persona 5 Royal. But the fact that this adaptation can kind of be a lot more flexible because it is rolling out, I think it's every chapter, it comes out every month in Japan, and obviously in America we get it whenever a volume is done. It's a lot more interesting kind of seeing it grow and evolve because now we're at the point where, oh, well, what's this adaptation going to do with if we get the third semester from Royal? And then if you want to get even more Galaxy Brain about it, well, what about if you want to do Strikers? What if Strikers can be following the third semester? Because who says Persona 5 has to end after Christmas? Why can't it keep going on? Why can't you just feature more and more of that, of just this huge, enormous kind of story? Now, obviously, for, like, Intimidation, it might actually kind of get to the point, because we're at volume 6, and I'm going to guess Persona 5's main story at Christmas is probably going to end at around maybe volume 13 or 14, but even then at that point, you're going to have maybe 15, 16 is where Royal would end, and then if you want to do Strikers, probably wouldn't finish till like 25. And I know with like some like publishers, or even just with series, as you can kind of see behind me, like not everyone's going to look at One Piece being at volume 100 and be like, oh my god, I gotta get into One Piece, because then that's kind of a commitment. So hopefully Persona at least has enough clout where they can kind of keep pushing it on and going on with the story without having to like rebrand volume 1. But I mean, even if it was still the same author and they just did after, because I don't think you need to separate for Royal, just because the third semester is not that grand of a scope. It's something you could easily tell in 2 or 3 volumes. But besides that, the only other thing I want to do outside of just basically keep recommending this for everybody, because I feel like I hear no one talk about this. Obviously, besides myself, I know Gabmew talks about it, but in the kind of sphere of talking about SMT and Persona, the mangas get a really, really short end of the stick. Collectors maybe buy them, don't really talk about them, but you almost never see a lot of talk in terms of, hey, let's get like into the nitty-gritty of like, why is this good? Like, why is this adaptation in... Basically, why is this adaptation possibly going to be better than the main game if things kind of keep going the way it is? And I always really like that, because I think with a lot of medium, it's like, well, the original is always better. The adaptations can sometimes be interesting, but they're never even going to be close to on the same level. So for storytelling, I at least really appreciate that we're kind of living in this world of, hey, there's a chance this could probably be the best version of it. And right now it is like the least talked about on the entire internet. So hopefully videos like this will maybe help it change a bit, but yes, right now, if you live in the West, Persona 5 volumes 1 through 6 are on sale. They're usually like $10 a volume, but you can almost always find them on sale. I'm sure it's even cheaper if you want like a digital copy. The art is awesome. Please give it a chance. I know there's like free sample chapters out there if you do want to support it, but I know with manga, another thing you have to say, because piracy is such a huge deal, or not even just piracy, just reading them online for free, please buy this. Please support this, because right now this is the only SMT related manga we have. Now, behind me, I have copies of Devil Survivor, Persona 3, Persona 4, Persona Q, but there are tons of SMT manga that have never come out in the States. Like, we only got 2 volumes of SMT Con, and I don't think Tokyo Pop is going to revive that anytime soon. So, supporting it and being a fan is one thing, but actually putting your money and talking about it and spreading the word gives us not only a better chance of the series coming out here in the West, but us getting more stuff. Because at the end of the day, don't we all want to see the definitive version of Persona 4 Ultimax in manga form, because it's the best story, has the best art, and the author is like one of the nicest dudes ever? Either way, thank you all so much for watching me ramble for way too long about this, but mini review for all of them. I've obviously done individual ones for volume 1 and 2, but it's been so long, I just wanted to kind of give each one of these whole series like a kind of like mid-series review of just saying, hey, it's still really good. They're really, really great. They're doing interesting things. There are very few concerns I have with it. And the ones that they do, they are still kind of ambiguous enough that I'm still giving them the benefit of the doubt of like, oh, okay, you are using the interrogation from Persona 5. How are you going to use it? How much will you use it? Stuff like that. Either way, thank you all so much for watching this if you did. If you are reading the Persona 5 manga, or if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Besides that, thank you all so much for watching. I know it's been a while since I did one of these, and yeah, have a good one. I'll see you later.